Hello. So basically, what's your name? No call.
Kevin Burton.
This is Kevin Burton, everybody. Kevin Burton.
Yes, Kevin Burton.
Kevin Burton. And Kevin Burton, we here live here. Where we at?
At the Ellerslie in the Waverly community.
Okay. So y'all hear that, right? At the Waverly community.
The Ellerslie, which is in the Waverly community.
Right on. So tell us what's going on, Kevin.
So this apartment complex, I've been here 12 years. And what it is it's called mixed population. So it's for people that's seniors and people that have disabilities. That's how I qualify. I'm 57, so I don't qualify as a senior, but because I have a disability, I qualify to be here. As long as you're an adult and you're a senior or have a disability, you qualify to be here. It's part of city housing, but it's kind of complex and kind of confusing, and we still, after years, still trying to figure it out. Then there's some transitions that's taking place that's part of the problem that I'm going to share with y'all. But what it is, so Brad, the city came up with this great idea to, because the buildings, all our senior buildings around the city, they needed to be remodeled.
Right.
And so the city came up with this great idea to partner with private realtors, let the private realtors manage and run the property and remodel the property, and the city would still own the property and would send the residents to them to interview, to bring in. But if the city send them to them, they basically have to take them. And so that's one of the things, and the city able to use it. And I just want to say this, if I can, because we often talk about the homeless problem in Baltimore, and I used to do a lot of outreach, and in my opinion, we don't have a homeless problem in Baltimore. What we have is addiction and mental health problem in Baltimore, and that's usually what causes the problem with them being homeless. Because most people, if they want housing in Baltimore City, I will say that. Now, I'm going after them, so I'm not a friend of the city. I just like one thing, I like to be honest and be truthful and share exactly what things is and not make stuff up. So I just wanted to say that because they do well with housing the homeless if they want to be homeless. So people don't get when you say people are homeless because they choose to. They be like, why would somebody choose to be homeless? Because they don't want to spend the $30 on rent. The $30 can go towards whatever they want it for. So that's why some people out there. But the city, and I just said that because the city uses this to often house homeless people. So which means some of our most vulnerable people is coming into here, and they take advantage of them. So let me not get too far ahead.
No, that's
so
good. That's good. I'm glad you broke it down like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so we can know.
So back to so it was Rad, the partnership. They came in about 6 years ago with the remodel. From the break, it was not good. The remodel, so initially when they came in, they told us that they would do the remodel they would move us into hotels while they remodel the building. Now, mind you, every other building that's in the RAD program, that's how they was done. From my understanding, don't hold me to that. That's what I was told. You hear so much stuff that's really difficult to know which is true and which is not until you find out for yourself. But that's what we was told, that they was going to remodel the building and put us in hotels. Well, then they came back and they told us, well, they're coming up with a plan B. Plan B was that they was going to, they would remodel, but how they would do it is they would come in, they would every apartment that was vacant, they would leave vacant, and they was going to come in and remodel the vacancies first. And once the vacancies is remodeled, they would take people out and move them into the vacant apartments while they remodel their apartments. And once it's remodeled, they can they have the choice to go back into their old apartment and stay into the new one. Well, that didn't happen. So plan C was they remodeled the place while we were still in it, literally. So 5 days a week they was here. We had to leave our apartments 8 hours a day. Yeah, everything was always packed up. So everything, all our stuff was in boxes the whole time during the remodel. Everything was in our apartments was boxed up. They were supposed to cover, because it wasn't our job to do anything. It's their job. But they would fail to cover our stuff up, and your stuff be all, with the dust and everything all on it.
My God.
My TV, my flat screen, they got to it. They didn't cover it up. All that chalk and all that white dust from doing the walls ruined my TV. And the problem was, now they broke my desk, but I was able to get the paperwork submitted in time to get them to replace my desk. But I didn't get the paperwork submitted in place in time to get my TV taken care of.
Wow.
And but the problem is, there's many of my neighbors that they didn't get their stuff taken care of because they don't have the wherewithal to be able to put the paperwork in time, not just put it in, but put it in time
Wow.
to get it done, because many of them can't read and write, and that's kind of how they're being taken advantage of here.
Right.
And I'll get to that
Right.
shortly. So to move ahead, so one of the things, there was right off the break when they came in, they violated our lease, and it was a small thing, but I knew if they was willing to violate our lease for a small thing, that we was in trouble. And it was something simple about 2 keys.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to get 2 keys. They only gave us 1. I challenged it. Went as far as it wound up getting to one of their bosses. They have this thing when you challenge them and you're correct, they just turn around and walk away from you. That's how they deal with you when you catch them. Because what happened was, I'm telling him, look, we're supposed to get 2 keys. He's saying, well, you only get 1. So he goes get the lease. Make a long story short. And I say, oh, you changed the lease. He said, yeah, we have a right to change the lease. I said, yeah, but look at this line. If you residents need a 30-day written notice before you change the lease. And when I said that to him, he did what they always do, turn around and walk away.
Wow.
Literally. And this was their boss at that time. So I'm gonna move ahead. And I've been going through that with them, then contacted HUD. You should see some of the paperwork. Was trying to get these doors fixed. These doors been breaking down since they put them in. Been trying to get these doors fixed, not fixed, replaced, because they're not the proper doors for the type of traffic that we have. I suspected that was the reason why they kept breaking down. And one of the guys from Stanley that come every time they break down, he agreed with me. Then we did a petition. They never responded to our petition. The door's been breaking down since they put them in 6 years ago, and they've never addressed it. We filed a petition. Our petition and that's the problem. Because when you file paperwork with them, it's supposed to be a process for it to get out of here, but it never goes anywhere. Everything stays here, and so to move it forward. We've had issues with managers. I told you, they've been here about six years, 5 managers. Systematic problem. Every manager most managers that come here with the same issues. The one manager the managers here now, she was here before as assistant manager. And the manager that was here when she was assistant manager, she got fired for embezzlement. The manager that's here, she left, but then she came back. And when she came back, it's been downhill since, and she's been very reckless. So we couldn't understand when I say we, some of me and the senior residents, those that's been here. Like I've been here 12 years, some been longer than me, but those of us that's been here for the transition is the ones that have the most problems with them, because we understand. Because some of the newer people, they don't see what we see. They don't even get involved, and that's part of how they're able to get away with it. Then they divide and conquer. But yeah, so the lady that's here now, and she personally came after me. So we started protesting. I started
Now,
protesting.
when you say person came after you, what she came after you for?
I believe she came after me because I'm the one that makes all the noise.
And what she said when she came.
Well, when I say came after me, one of the things. So I'm always giving my neighbor stuff. That's what I was taught. I'm a pastor's kid, so my mother taught me to take care of your neighbors, and I believe in that literally. And I'm always bringing food and stuff and bringing it in for my neighbors. So I'm known to give stuff away. And one of the things that I do, if I have furniture that I'm getting rid of, I don't just throw it away. I put it out in the hallway, see if anybody want it first. And every piece of furniture since I've had in here, prior to this last incident, which was 3 different pieces of furniture, someone wanted. Because people come in here straight from homeless, and some of them have absolutely nothing. So I put it was a love seat. I put it in the hallway, and it was trash, but I know somebody would have wanted it because it was just It was just the cover that was messed up. So the sofa, other than that, the sofa, the love seat, you could use it, and it was a recliner. It was just the cover of it that was messed up. So anyway, when I put it out there, I get a knock on my door. She come knock on the door. This is improper disposal, because it is in the lease where you can't dispose, because we have to get rid of our own bulk trash, and so you have to literally take it out of here. And if you leave it in here any kind of way, that's improper disposal. So she's saying, she come knocking on my door, talking about improper disposal, and I'm like, no, ma'am, I have it there. So if somebody want it, they can have it. I'm trying to give it away. I said, if nobody don't want it, then I'll get rid of it. So she says to me, well, get rid of it about it and have it out of here by the end of the day. And I agree with her. I said, okay, I'll have it out of here. No, I said, you got my word. It's gone by the end of the day. That was around 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock. She was knocking on my door with 3 other people. Knocking on my door with 3 other people with this write-up. And I look at her, I said, did you tell him? You told me have it out of here by the end of the day? She said, that changed when I found out it was here since last night. And I'm like, is you serious though? You brought all these people up here for me about this chair? And so she ain't say nothing, because she literally was, one of the guys, I ain't even know him. I think he was a maintenance man in one of the other buildings. But yeah, and then the ladies that's with in the office. But anyway, that bull crap, to be honest, that's what triggered my PTSD. Because, and I ain't been right since. And the neighbors, because, everybody, as I protest, everybody keep talking about my behavior. And I'm trying to tell them, skip my behavior. Listen to what I'm saying right now. I'm not in the right state of mind. I'm fighting these demons, and I got PTSD. My PTSD has been triggered. So stop expecting me to be normal. I don't want to be out here, but my neighbors are afraid. So I'm the one. I'm not scared of them. There's a fear because I was threatened. I was threatened by someone that walks in here with a gun on them. So
really?
yes,
Hold on.
yes, that's one of the stories. That's a unique one. I wish this young lady would come talk to us. I don't know if she would.
Gun?
Well, she works in corrections. She's a captain in corrections. And the story, I done put it out this on Facebook. Her pictures and everything. I blasted it. And nothing. And she said something to me. And I told her, well, there's nothing you can do, because I told no lies. That's the thing. When you got the truth on your side, you ain't got to worry about it. And they the ones, and I even told my neighbors, no, y'all, we not making up nothing. We gonna tell nothing but the truth. They the ones that's the liars. So anyway, I don't know if I want to say what I call her that. Anyway, I ain't gonna say what I call her. But she works in corrections, and she comes in here with, she's a captain in corrections, come in here with her uniform on, and she have a gun on. It ain't her corrections gun weapon, because she has it in the pink holster. And she comes in. Now, I will say, once she come in, you don't see the weapon. You see her come in with it, but you don't see the weapon no more. But common sense is the weapon is on the property. But the problem is, this woman is so aggressive. I put an ex parte out on her about 2 weeks ago, but she lied in court. She done, because she lied in court. And I had 50 witnesses out here, but none of them went to court with me the first time. But anyway, we'll see what happened with the appeal. Judges don't like when people lie in court, especially when they work for corrections. She's absolutely out of control, man. The young lady, can I share your story? Can I share your story? Just have it. So the young lady right there.
Can you share your own story?
Well, I'm on the phone.
She says she's on the phone. That's what you get for most stuff.
I'm on the phone with Verizon. My phone company.
Oh, you?
Yeah, they.
Because see, by him telling your story, right? Can I put you on here and let people know that
About the incident the other
you
day.
giving him permission
with
to
the
tell
girl.
your story?
Yeah. He can do my story.
He know your story?
Yeah, he was standing right there when I came. When I had my incident or whatever. He could definitely tell my story.
You gonna tell her story?
She talking about the same girl I had that I shared on social media. She had an incident with her. I come downstairs the other day.
Yeah, like she wanted to fight me and whatever.
People want to fight you?
Who?
Yeah.
Who you talking about?
The one that you had incident with. She came
Work
out
at the
the
front
office
desk.
like
Her name Cantrice Whitfield. I tell her her name.
So-
Her name is
so what
Cantrice
happened?
Whitfield. So when I come down, I see them 2 in the room. No, 3. And I hear her and Cantrice going at it. So automatically I'm defensive of my neighbors. I go in there, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why y'all got it in here? And then she's upset. So she's, she ain't, and me and her all right, but when she upset, that don't matter. But I know me and her all right. That's why I went in there to try to calm her down. But she ain't care about that. She was mad at me and everybody. But they left out. When they left out, I finally, don't pay her no attention. Don't pay her no attention. Don't pay her no attention. She done lost her mind. And he's my guest on private property. He's my guest. He's not my ID. You don't have to give her your ID. Listen, I told you they crazy. This security guard is out here telling people that he needs an ID to be outside. The ID is for when they come to your apartment. You don't need no ID. But this the bullcrap they do. She called them and then they telling her to tell you can't be on the property. But she can't do that.
But she right though.
No, she not.
She right because I'm a reporter.
But you're my guest. I invited you. I can invite who I want.
Oh, by me being a news reporter, I can't be here, right?
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay, all right.
They coming tomorrow too.
We'll just go off property. We'll just go off property.
See, that's accommodate.
But she right though.
No, she not right, man.
She's
not right. I'm telling you.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, but you don't know this you don't know what our contract. We have
I ain't
gonna argue with you. We have a memorandum of agreement. I'm gonna leave it alone. We're getting too much into it.
But let's just go out there and finish the story. That's all.
See, that's the bull crap that they do.
She's right though.
No, she's not right. I'm gonna show you. I can one back. I got documents. I study. I read. I read more than they do. I know more than this manager did because they don't read. We got a memorandum of agreement.
No, by me, no.
We have a right. We have a right. We have a right to invite the press. We have a right.
You have a right.
I'm telling you that. She know, but that's what they do. They done locked our rooms up where we can have our meetings at. And they absolutely wrong because we have a memorandum of agreement.
But we just...
All right, we'll go off. I get with you. I get your point. But I'm fighting with these jokers.
Doing this, it is...
Plus the mosquitoes would bite me, so it's all good.
It is a...
I'm sorry, y'all.
It is a private
It is private property. But I live here.
Right.
I live here.
They can't tell you, but they can tell me.
But as a guest, I have a right to invite you. She's saying you got to give her your ID. Right. You do not have to give her ID unless you're coming up to, you can come inside. But if you're coming up to my apartment, you need to give them ID. I have a right to invite you in as my guest. I know the policies because she don't read.
I went to another building like this because they had mold in there. And the security in them said that I couldn't be on private property.
Of course they're going to tell you that.
But that's their prerogative.
But when people, and that's what these type of people do when you don't know your rights.
I know my rights for media.
Yes.
And media.
Absolutely.
Media.
And I know my rights for this
tenant. I'm a certified media.
Okay.
And private property, they gotta. Sometimes they gotta.
Come on.
We gotta. Let me move this out there too.
Okay. See, I'm so irritated, and that's the same. No, because that's what she do. She come out there. She be lying for them and everything. So that's what she do. She's an issue. We protested the other night. They gonna write it up talking about we was blocking the entrance to the building. Just because that's the only thing they could come up with.
Well, they can't come up with me because when they told me leave.
Right. Well, I don't see. I buck. They the ones gotta go. I live here, and these demons, they the ones that's criminals. They criminals and they gotta go. And see, that's the problem, man. People don't read. People don't read, so they don't understand when their rights is being violated. But I read everything that they give me, and I know we have a right to invite the media. And I don't want to get too much in it, Cause I be sharing my hand, and I ain't doing that no more. I didn't share my hand.
People on my live saying you right.
I told you that. People, I've been sharing my hand too much, so it's all good. Now he just was saying that people on his live is saying I'm right. I know I'm right, and that's the thing about me. When I know I'm right, I stick to my guns, and these people will come up and make up anything. So her coming out there first, it was he couldn't be here. Then it was she need his ID. Now which one is it? She need his ID now for him to be outside. That's some foolishness. And see that girl right there, she I don't know what is I don't know what they paying her or something. I think they must be giving her a little extra because she don't play and she be coming up with stuff like everything that she says to them winds up being a freaking lie. Like when we protested, she gonna tell them and this what they wrote because they trying to evict me. So, which by law they can't, but they don't care. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about the law. They don't care about people's rights. All they care about is themselves and their bottom line. They don't care about people and have no business working with people. That's the thing.
But yeah, some people say you was right.
Well, usually, I'm gonna tell you, and I tell people, matter of fact, I put it on Facebook the other day. When I know I'm right, there's no quitting me. I'm gonna go, I ain't gonna, when I know I'm right, I know I'm right. There's no quitting me. Okay, so where was it? So what we noticed was that the management got real reckless. And this new manager, when she came in, she got real reckless with, it's evident that there's fraud going on. We have a client board that's supposed to be able to represent the residents when it comes to issues with the management. They took over our board. We have a fund that we supposed to have access to because so the president of the board and then there's a treasurer, but they supposed to meet with us so we can tell them what we want to use with the funds. Well, this treasurer that's in place, first of all they took over the election. They took over the election. They literally had the ballot box. Our ballot box went into their office every night. That wasn't supposed to happen. And they the girl that wound up becoming the president, she never came to any prior to. So what happened? The board, the president that we had, which is my friend, he was a single amputee, and he lost his second leg, and he went into depression. So he wasn't doing the job no more, and so there was an opening for it. They was trying to get me to do it, but I kept telling them I don't have time. I do anything I can to support the board, but I don't have time to be the president. So election time came up, and the young lady, we knew the young lady lived in the building, but nobody knew her. Literally, we ain't know her name. She had never been to not one board, none of our resident meetings. She had been here a couple of years, but associates with nobody, had never been to any of our meetings. And she ran and won. She ran for president. Now, all right, at least I know he ain't doing it purposely. He over there, he don't know how to cut it off. Oh, Lord, that's one of my neighbors, but he doesn't. A lot of them, they don't get involved in this at all and don't want to get involved. Like, there's a big church up the street, CRL, Pastor Bishop Stokes is the church. And I asked some of my neighbors, well, did y'all talk to your pastor, let him know what's going on? And she said, Pastor busy. I'm like, he too busy to talk to his members? But anyway, That's the devil. You know when God is in something, when these little distractions just keep coming out of nowhere. First is the security guard. Now he in there can't now that's his car and he can't get the alarm to cut off. That's my neighbor, and I definitely don't believe he's doing it intentionally. That's the devil. That's how you know when you're doing God's work. And so where was we? So we noticed that she got really reckless. There's definitely some fraud going on, rent fraud, embezzlement. There's control. Like I said, they violate our lease on the regular. They don't care nothing about they hold us accountable to the lease, but they don't feel like they should be held accountable to the lease. They just make changes when they want to. There used to be oversight, but after COVID, everything stopped. When COVID hit, everything stopped, and it never went back to, they just abandoned us. And so, like I said, she got very reckless. And that's when I knew we had to do something different. And after she came after me, that's what at the same time, it triggered my daggone mental health. And I'm trying to do something different. So I know how to fight. One thing I know how to do is fight. But I'm fighting them another way, but it's the same passion, the same energy. And I don't know, man. I'm just here because I could move today, to be honest. But my plan was I had a goal when I finished school and go back to work. And I always said I'm gonna stick to that goal. I'm not gonna let them or my dislike of this place push me out faster than I need to be. So I'm still here. But because I'm still here, I want my rights. A lot of people don't believe in or care about having their rights, but I demand my rights. And I believe criminals like her that's supposed to be looking out for people that's taking advantage of them should go to jail. They be asking me, well, what is it that you looking for? I said for them to walk out of here with handcuffs on.
So why should she walk out with handcuffs?
So anyway, it got real reckless. Like I said, with the money, so when it got so reckless, and I'm gonna get to your question, why should she walk out with handcuffs? It got so reckless that I decided we had to do something different. And a couple weeks ago was National Night Out. I know that's the perfect time to protest because everybody and their mother gonna be at the news conference. And we went to the first one on Baltimore Street, and everybody and their mother was at the news conference. And only 2 of the women that live here with me was willing to go. And we went, we had our signs. The mayor, as soon as he got there, and we walked up, because he was the last one there, but when he got there and we walked towards him, his deputy mayor saw us, and she noticed the signs that the lady had. At that time, I had my bullhorn strapped behind my back, and she saw us, and so she came right to us, and she was asking the ladies what's going on. The ladies was telling them what's going on. So make no mistake about it, we talked to the mayor, his deputy mayor. She sent the housing commissioner, Alice Kennedy, to talk to us. We talked to Kevin Hayes, which was he's the chief of staff for the sheriff's department. I was able, anyway, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Alice pimped us. Alice gave me these promises that they was coming in and strung me along just to tell me at the last minute there's nothing she can do. Now, I'm making accusations of fraud, abuse. Like one of the money schemes is $500. What they do, and it's criminal, they take advantage of those that's illiterate and have learning disabilities. And they go to them, and mind you, I'm telling them half of them, they just literally come from homelessness to here. So when you go threaten a person with eviction because they owe money, they use, and they don't understand it, they're going to pay you the money. And that's what they do. That's one of the ways they do it. And they'll literally take you to court if you don't pay them. But the thing is, they've been doing it so much, the judges, every time they take somebody to court for rent, the judges throw it out. One day, it was 12 people the judge threw out. So the judge is a little irritated with them right now. So that's one of the ways they do it. Another thing that they do, and I literally, is my situation, where, so the way it happens with our rent, it's subsidized housing, so HUD pays part of it, but it's based on your income. And so if your income go up, your rent goes up. But if your income go down, your rent supposed to go down. And every year, those of us that get SSI, every year our uh, our income goes up, and every year, right on schedule, the rent goes up. However, this year my insurance was cut, so my secondary insurance was cut, which means they started taking money out of Medicare. Medicare started taking money out my check, so my check was a couple $100 lower, and because my check got cut, they supposed to lower my rent. And from my research, they got 3 months to do it. So I submitted the paperwork in January. I put it in it. So how we pay our rent is there's this metal box behind that glass booth with a crack in it. You stick your envelope, you put it in an envelope, stick it in there, and you put it in this metal box. And then they supposed to get, then a couple of days later you go back and get your receipt if it's ready, but they throw the receipts away if you don't come back and get them. That's some bull crap. That's a whole nother story. They started that nonsense. Like that's the only solution they can come up with people forgetting. People with seniors and disabled forgetting to come get their receipt, but they throw them away. Then when you get in a dispute with them, you have no way of disputing them. That's criminal. That's the type of stuff that they do, man. It's unbelievable that they've been getting away with this. But and so I submitted the paperwork instead of, because I don't talk to them. So instead of handing them the paperwork, I took the document about my income being cut and submitted it in the envelope where I normally would pay my rent. And so then one of the ladies came to me, the one that I used to actually talk to, came to me one day during that in January, maybe the middle of the month, asking me about rent. And I told her, I said, no, I didn't pay it. I said, I'm waiting for y'all to adjust it. And she said, who did you talk? I said, I submitted the paperwork and the thing. So they said they didn't get it. For whatever reason, now they ain't never not got my money order, but they said they didn't get that document. So I gave it to her again, confirmed that she got it, confirmed with her that she gave it to her boss, but I never heard nothing else about it.
Somebody said it sound like they ripping
oh yeah
the disability off.
I told y'all it's fraud going. We just got to get some eyes in here. I told y'all that's what it is. It ain't sound like that's what they doing. They criminals. I understand that making these accusations like that, if it's not the truth, they can come after me for defamation. But one thing about it, I tell no lies. Tell no lies. All true. And they criminal. They remodeled the building. They put this trash in here. Stuff been breaking down since they put it in here. Some of the air conditions, we have these units, them units that's both heat and air that go on the wall. Some of them they put in never work. They supposed to be new, put them in, but they was default, and they didn't work. And one of them in my hallway was right outside the door. But I'm sharing this for a reason, because this would really piss me off. And I had been complaining about that air condition for 5 years. One time, one of the general managers told the girl, replace that right now. That was about 4 years ago. She gone, though. But then I found out that one of the ladies in the building, little teeny lady, her air conditioner in her apartment was out for 5 years. Now, mind you, this is the same little lady that I've found on the elevator, passed out, and picked up and carried her.
On,
no, I'm not exaggerating.
Hold up.
Picked up and carried her to her apartment. And now, check this out. This what pissed me off. This what pissed me off, Larry.
I can't take it no more.
So I found out that they replaced now both of our things was out for the 5 years. Mine's in the hallway, hers in her apartment. But because I make noise and she don't, they replaced the one in my hallway before they replaced the one in her apartment.
Man.
It's freaking criminal. I can't say no more. Do I need I say any more?
I can't take
Need I say any more? That's who they are. That's who they are. And I've been telling everybody and their mother, and nobody has come in here to check on them. No eyes has been in this building.
Come on, man.
No eyes has been in this building. So I understand that it's a scandal. The captain at Captain Middleton from Northern District, which is our district. I told you I shut the place down. They came here 2 nights in a row, shut it down for like 5 hours. The police was in here the whole time. They didn't arrest me. So, but these people trying to come after me.
What they shut it down for?
We shut it down.
Because what?
All that's going on. As a protest.
Because
they
ag this is not working.
Well, not just that. That day, what encouraged everybody to protest with me was when we was trying to have. They shut us down from having meetings. It's part of. We have a right.
They don't want y'all to get together.
Not at all. Matter of fact, we supposed to. So
that's why the police came out and told us to move.
It's the same stuff all the time. Same stuff. They literally. We was trying to have a meeting in the room.
They don't want this to get out.
They locked the door. They locked the door and told that same girl.
They don't want this to get out.
That same girl not to open the door up for us.
Oh my
and they don't want us to come together. They do divide and conquer.
Oh my God.
They don't want us to come together because when we come together, we know all, we talk about and that's what happened. I brought the people together. So we gonna get them. We gonna get them.
Man.
It's just a matter of time. We gonna get them.
This is sad.
I'm just upset because nobody has come check.
What's the name of this place?
It's called the Ellerslie.
The Ellerslie.
Yeah, the city owns the property. That's what let me can I a few more minutes, because that's when we noticed, because we was trying to figure out why the woman got so reckless. But then National Night Out, when we went to protest, we talked to Alice Kennedy, and she informed us that they didn't know who owned the property because the owner had died a year ago. Bing, that made sense to me. That's why they so freaking reckless, just doing what the hell they want to do. We haven't seen anybody from their supervision or anything. That made so much sense. And then, about a week later, protesting down City Hall, talking to somebody in the mayor's office, they informed me that the city took the property back. The city took the property back, but the city is allowing them to manage it. Now, I done make all these accusations, and y'all still want to partner with these criminals? Something going on. That money is far, we talking, I mentioned 500 being the number. Well, it's probably 5,000 at another level, then 50,000 at the other level. But that money going down to City Hall. That guy daggone Brandon, y'all mayor, when I took my neighbors down there, and them little old ladies sitting out there in their heat with their signs, with their canes, with their walkers, and he looking out his window.
Come on, man.
He looking out his window.
I can't,
right at us.
I can't take it no more.
Brandon Scott, you some trash.
I can't take it no more, man.